Tunes about being overwhelmed by an event, if you will, an unforeseen occurrence. I think it's something that a lot of people can identify with in 2020. I'm just a hat and feet. That's all that's left of me. A spot on the sidewalk, mark on the street. I'm just a hat and feet. I'm just a hat and feet. They dropped a bomb on me. I didn't even see, like a falling piano out of a window. I'm just a hat and feet. I'm just a hat and feet. I'm just a sitting duck that ran out of luck. I'm the unlucky guy that didn't look up high. I started running when I saw it coming. It got faster and louder till I took a powder. Now I'm just a hat and feet. That's what's become of me. Flat on the sidewalk, stuck in the street. I'm just a hat and feet. I'm just a hat and feet. I'm just a sitting duck that ran out of luck. I'm the unlucky guy that didn't look up high. I started running when I saw it coming. It got faster and louder till I took a powder. Now I'm just a hat and feet. That's all that's left of me. Spot on the sidewalk, mark on the street. I'm just a hat and feet. I'm just a hat and
Welcome to Sunday service at the Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North Congregation. We are a congregation that is part of the Unitarian Universalist Association, and we affirm and promote 7 principles. We live these principles drawn from many sources, from direct experiences, from words and deeds of wise women and men, from world religions, and from the guidance of reason and science, who tell us to wear masks. Whoever you are or love, whatever you are leaving behind, whatever possibilities you're about to discover, you are welcome here and are among friends. Also, I remind you that starting next Sunday, we will see our Reverend Dave Dunn back in the pulpit. Next Sunday, we will have our first in-gathering service of the year. Please join us then. And in the meantime, please settle in, find a quiet space, and take in the gifts from many members of this congregation that form part of our children's and youth religious education, along with our adult religious education teams. We hope you enjoy today's service.
Good morning. If you Google Sunday school, you're going to find a bunch of articles about what's wrong with Sunday school. Why is it broken? Why is it dead? This is across all denominations. And the reason that they're saying this is because during Sunday school's heyday, there were lots of baby boomers being born. There were moms that didn't work and could volunteer. There wasn't much available to do on Sunday mornings. 3 TV channels. They were all pretty terrible on Sundays. No computers, no cell phones. It was easy to grab people's attention. Fast forward to 2020 before the pandemic. Everyone is super stressed because we are overscheduled. Kids have a whole different level of stress than they did in the 50s and 60s and 70s. There's so much to do. There are sports that need to be practiced. There's tests to be studied for. And there's just a need to chill a lot. It's harder to grab attention. Plus, there's so much entertainment. There's so much to do just right in your own home. So, what else? Well, curriculum is curriculum, folks. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. And teachers are volunteers. And with the best of intentions to do that Sunday school lesson days ahead, to prepare like crazy. And sometimes that doesn't happen either. And no DRE in the world, no minister in the world, no board can do anything about that. You recruit the most loving teachers that really want to be with children and youth, and you support them the best you can. And that's the truth. So why should you care about Sunday school? Because Sunday school is not dead. And Sunday school is really not broken. And I really believe this with my whole being, that Sunday school and church can make a difference for families. They can make a difference with how our children turn out. And I've watched this for over 30 years, and I can offer lots of proof, and even in my own family. See, the fact is, as a family, whether you're a family of high-minded values or whether you're a family that tend to be totally self-absorbed, we all spend most of our days doing the same things: working, driving, pre-pandemic, of course, cooking, shopping for food, cleaning, straightening, homework, all of that. So where's the difference? Where's those little differences that we can make to try our best to grow these children into people who are compassionate, who have great values, who are going to make a difference in the world and are happier? Well, I think it's Sunday school and church. I think that gives you that competitive edge that people in business and people in sports really understand. It's those few extra minutes. It's 90 minutes. It's 120 extra minutes a week that we spend on something that is different. It's not the secular world. It's not about violence. It's not about materialism. It's not about measurements and ranks. It's about something bigger and better than all of that, and very different. So I'm telling you, and I'm not going to be saying this, but probably once. So this is your chance to hear it from me, for whatever that's worth. Be smart parents. Bring your kids to Sunday school and church. Don't make it a choice. It's just something you do as a family, every opportunity. There's magic there, and the magic looks different as the children grow up. In the beginning, it's welcoming the little ones into a Sunday school class. It's about telling them a story. It's about modeling fairness and love to them. It's about giving them a blessing for the week, telling them you hope they have a good week and that you can't wait to see them again next week. Then as they grow, the stories get more complicated. They get more about values and ethics. They grow into stories about the Unitarian Universalist and the identity that means. We teach them about other religions. We ask them to start thinking for themselves what they believe. We don't tell them what they should believe. We let them make those choices. And we provide a soft spot to land during those turbulent middle years, where having a space to come and just be can be really very, very important. And then they become senior youth, and we encourage them to think and to talk and to form their ideas and their identity. And remember, this is formation. It's little by little, step by step. And we prepare them for that fatal day when they leave us, when they go out on their own, and we hope and pray that we have given them the tools that they need to make the right choices for themselves and for others, because we hope that they will be the leaders that we think they can be. Be smart. Bring your children to UUMAN. Those two young men that spoke at the coming of age service in May, they didn't just pop out that way. They were formed by their family, by their community that included UUMAN. And I think we can all agree that there's something very special about them. There's something very special, at least the potential for special, in all of our children. But we have to grow it. And one day, they walk into this space and they are able to find exactly what we all want. They're able to find their friends. They're able to find people that they really like. And just like that famous bar in Boston, they're able to be in a place where everybody knows their name.
Today's call to worship is by John Higgins. Welcome to this place. This is a home where no revealed truths are promoted and no scripture or human being accepted as infallible. This is a place for searching for truth. But we are believers. We believe in intellectual freedom. We believe in justice. We believe in compassion and concern for each other and the whole world. We believe in commitment to these ideals, which make us caring and active in the struggles for human dignity. We are Unitarian Universalists.
We light our chalice this morning, ready to share the gifts of inspiring our members, opening minds, and challenging traditional myths in order to create the beloved community.
These are our joys and sorrows. Mary Beth Stevens, a combined joy and sorrow that her great-nephew Nathan will be 8 months old on August 4th, and she's only been able to see him once due to the pandemic. Alex Peach has been in quarantine since Friday a week ago. Got tested the next day and is still waiting for results. Carla Capescas. Next week, they're dropping off Luca at Georgia College for freshman year. A sorrow for Demas's brother, who is not doing well as the cancer has advanced. A pebble for Denise, Chris, and 14-year-old Todd Wilson, who had successful surgery and continued recovery. And finally, this pebble that holds all those joys and sorrows that are too tender to be spoken aloud. May we hold each other in our care during the next week.
Hi, I'm Mike Chambers. I've been a member at UUMAN for 6+ years, and this will be my 5th year teaching RE. As an introvert, when I'm asked to record something like this, my overwhelming instinct is to politely decline. However, when Melinda asked me to speak about RE, I couldn't say no, because I think there's nothing we do here that is more important than RE and our social justice work, although it's all important to some extent. I feel fortunate to have been involved in many aspects of UUMAN's work, but there's nothing that I've enjoyed more than teaching our children. It's a cliche, I guess, but true nonetheless, that they keep you honest, they keep you on your toes, and they make you feel young again. A few of you are, like me, old enough to remember the old Art Linkletter show, Kids Say the Darndest Things. I remember when we were starting our Bibleodian class, which teaches Bible stories from a UU perspective. We asked the kids what they thought the Bible was about. One offered that it teaches about evolution. I explained that that wasn't exactly accurate. Or the time we were talking about violence in our schools, and I asked if it was scary to talk about this subject. One said, well, it's not as scary as OWL. OWL is our UU sex education course. More on that in a minute. I remember my own experiences at Sunday school in the First Presbyterian Church of Noonan, Georgia. In those days, and maybe still, Presbyterian children studied their catechism just like Catholic children. I remember I would get a little star sticker when I answered a question correctly. I learned that God made me for his own glory, which seemed a little self-serving. I learned that my soul would last forever, and I learned that, inexplicably, God exists in 3 persons. I still don't get that one. But I don't mean to put down my own Sunday school experience. It was mostly a warm and loving environment. I knew almost everyone in our small church, and they made a point of speaking to me every Sunday. I felt safe there. I thought I'd lost that kind of community until I found UUMAN. So I teach RE. I teach 4th and 5th graders. It's a wonderful age. Last year it was my privilege to teach Our Whole Lives, or OWL, which is the UU sex education curriculum. I had to leave out some of the darndest things that were said in that class, but just like teaching RE, it was a wonderful, rewarding experience. If you enjoy working with children, I would encourage you to volunteer for RE. We can always use more teachers. Being a substitute is a good way to wade into the waters. Thank you, and stay safe.
Hi, my name is Stephen Shanahan, and I was asked to talk to you about why I volunteer for RE. The reason is simple. It's all about the children. I have 2 children, Rafaela and Joel. When my children were young, they asked me if I'd be their RE teacher. I told them I would gladly be their RE teacher any year they want me to teach. I'm happy to say that I've been teaching my children's RE class for over 15 years. I've enjoyed participating in RE and watching the children, mine as well as the other children in RE, grow both physically and spiritually. I'm proud to be part of the children's lives as they become young adults. I am confident UUMAN's children will make the world a better place, and that is why I teach RE.
Hi, I'm Rollin, he, his, him, and I want to share with you a little bit about religious education for adults at UUMAN. First, I'll make some general comments, and then I want to tell you what we're offering right now. I believe that adult religious education is unusually important for UUs, and the reason for that is we don't have a standardized belief system that we ask everybody to accept. Okay, we develop our own personalized belief systems. That's not to say we don't care about belief, that, basically anything goes, or, that sort of thing. Belief is very important. It is your map of reality. It is your inspiration and your roadmap for how you want to live your life. But the point is that for us, it is personalized. It's not standardized. And a really good way to help us do that, of course, is to come together and study and discuss in our adult RE classes. Frank Forrest Church, who was a former UUA president, made the point once that for UUs, life is more like a school than a corrections facility. Okay, and so it's almost like maybe we're like a college campus. We all have different majors and somewhat different interests, but we come together in the student union to discuss things. We do, social justice projects together, sports together, all of that kind of stuff. So we operate sort of in that way. And fortunately for us, we have some great traditions to help us and how we go about developing our own personal belief systems and how we acquire the skills to carry out those beliefs. Okay, on the Unitarian side, we have some of the most famous thinkers and writers in American history, world famous. People like Ralph Waldo Emerson, Margaret Fuller. I could go on all day. We have kindred spirits like Frederick Douglass, that towering moral authority on racism. I don't think he was a Unitarian, but he wrote once that his favorite preacher in the whole world was Theodore Parker, the famous Unitarian minister. So we've got that on the Unitarian side. And then on the Universalist side, we have a great religion of the heart, a religion that teaches all are worthy of salvation. All are worthy of love. No one is excluded. The communion table is open to all. The gates of heaven, however you define that, is open to all. Now, and then we've got the sort of the head tradition over here, Unitarian, the great heart tradition over here, Universalism. And here comes 1961, and we take these two and we put them together and create Unitarian Universalism, a religion that I believe is so suited for the modern world. Okay, and the cool thing about 1961 is if you flip it upside down, it says the same thing, kind of like me and we, but I digress. Okay, all right. Now, so that's my general comments about sort of the importance of all of this. Now, in terms of what we're offering right now, basically we've got three different things. We've got ongoing what you might think of as Sunday school classes. We've got short-term studies, and we don't really classify this third piece as adult religious education, but all of our ministries do a certain amount of educational work. For example, if you get involved with Earth Ministries, you're going to learn a lot of science, like, how food choices impact atmospheric CO2, things like that. Really cool stuff. Okay, and we will sometimes work together with them, and in what I call a Sunday school class, we may study some things about environmentalism, but we'll also do just purely religious study as well. And we have our ongoing classes. Currently, we have one at 9 a.m. and we're starting a new one at 4 p.m. And in the fall, we're looking at cranking up a Friday night group that meets twice a month, the Spiritual Wisdom Study Group. So you'll have to, sort of check the website to see where all of these are going. And the other piece of this that we have is our short-term studies. And these meet at 11:15, right after the church service. And they may involve, maybe a justice ministry offering that goes on for 4 weeks, maybe a leadership workshop, a Bible study, for cultural literacy, Gnosticism, things of that nature. And so if you're interested in any of this, go to the website, look at what we have, and if you have any questions, send me an email, adultenrichment@uman.org. That address is on the website, and I hope we can explore together.
Please join me as we participate together as a congregation in the offertory, giving what we can to make a contribution that is as much a symbol of a spiritual practice of gratitude as it is effective in our financial support of this congregation. The morning offering will be gratefully received using the Givelify app. We thank you.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we hold in our hearts until we meet again.
The benediction is taken from the last written words by John Lewis. Democracy is not a state, it is an act, and each generation must do its part to help build what we called the beloved community, a nation and world society at peace with itself. Ordinary people with extraordinary vision can redeem the soul of America by getting in what I call good trouble, necessary trouble. The vote is the most powerful, non-violent change agent you have in a democratic society. You must use it because it is not guaranteed. You can lose it. Though I may not be here with you, I urge you to answer the highest calling of your heart and stand up for what you truly believe. In my life, I have done all I can to demonstrate the way of peace, the way of love and nonviolence is the more excellent way. Now it is your turn to let freedom ring. So I say to you, walk with the wind, brothers and sisters, and let the spirit of peace and the power of everlasting love be your guide. The service has ended. Go in peace.
Boundless gleamings of time without end. My sight as deep as the sea, leading my heart sounds the measures of old, that of love's eternity, that of love, that of love, that of love's eternity. My foot carries days of the old into new. Our dreaming shows us the way. Wondrous our faith settles deep in the earth, rising green to bring a new day. Rising green, rising